Hey guys. Tonight, we're diving into a story that starts like a quiet evening but quickly turns into a whirlwind of shock, secrets, and tangled family ties. Imagine you're sitting in your living room, the hum of a fan in the background, maybe the faint scent of freshly brewed tea, when suddenly your world shifts because you discover something about your own family that feels like it's straight out of a soap opera. You probably won't survive this emotional roller coaster without gripping your blanket a little tighter. So, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe it, only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. And hey, drop your location and local time in the comments. I love seeing where you're tuning in from now. Dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. You trudge through your daily routine, a few texts here and there, casual weekend plans, when a message from an unknown number shakes your world. I have something to tell you about your mother. Curiosity peaks, but you never expect it will unravel the truth that your mother, the woman who raised you with love and care, was actually your grandfather's second wife, his Ba. Your mind races. What does this mean? How could this be kept from you all your life? The idea feels like a puzzle with missing pieces. A story half told in whispers and locked away in old photo albums no one dared to open. The truth is, in many families, especially in certain cultures, the concept of VB or secondary wives isn't just a taboo, but a complicated part of history and tradition. Historically, in Vietnam and other parts of Asia, men of wealth or status sometimes had secondary wives or concubines, a practice that still sparks debate among historians. Some argue it was a way to secure alliances and heirs, while others see it as a source of family tension and secrecy. This secret, your mother's hidden identity as the second wife of your grandfather, was carefully guarded. Family dinners had an unspoken tension, and relatives exchanged glances that said more than words ever could. You remember how you once overheard hushed conversations, but like a child, you pushed those thoughts aside. As you dig deeper, you find that the family story is layered with pain and protection. Your mother's role was not just as a wife, but as someone navigating a world where love was mixed with shame and survival. It's a reminder that behind every family secret is a human story, complex and often heartbreaking. Historians still argue whether the practice of keeping secondary wives hidden was more about preserving family honor or simply a survival tactic in a patriarchal society. Either way, your discovery forces you to see your family through a new lens, a lens colored by both history and deep personal emotion. You pick up the phone, heart pounding, fingers trembling slightly as you type back. Please, tell me everything. The voice on the other end is hesitant but resolute, unraveling the tale of your mother's secret life, intertwined with your grandfather's shadows, where love, power, and silence collide. Your mother, once a young woman in a traditional family, found herself drawn into a world she never anticipated. Your grandfather, a man of considerable influence and respect, had taken her as his secondary wife of V&B, in a relationship both hidden and complex. This arrangement, though frowned upon today, was not uncommon in certain eras and societies where polygamy and concubinage persisted under the radar. It's a historical practice wrapped in layers of social hierarchy and cultural norms, and historians still argue whether it was more about status, survival, or simple human desire. As you listen, vivid images flood your mind. Your mother's quiet sacrifices, her resilience in a household where her role was both defined and constrained. You imagine her navigating the delicate balance between public appearances and private truths. It's like watching a muted drama unfold. Scenes filled with unspoken tensions and stolen moments. There's also the quirky detail that your grandfather's second household was said to be decorated with bizarre relics, items rumored to bring luck or ward off evil spirits, including a statue of a mythical creature from local folklore that supposedly protected the family lineage. It's a strange, almost surreal piece of history mixed into the fabric of their lives, reminding you that even in the most traditional settings, eccentricities find their way in. The emotional weight of this discovery is immense. You grapple with feelings of betrayal, empathy, and curiosity. How much did your mother know when she agreed to this? How did it affect her relationship with your father? These questions circle endlessly, like a restless wind in your mind. Historians also debate the social impact of B&B arrangements, whether they ultimately empowered women by providing them with some security, or trapped them in subordinate roles with little autonomy. Your mother's story becomes a poignant example of this ongoing conversation, a real-life reflection of age-old cultural practices and their personal consequences. As you piece together the fragments, you realize this isn't just a story about secrets or scandal. It's about identity, family, and the invisible threads that connect generations. You find yourself torn between judgment and compassion, history and personal narrative. You start piecing together fragments from whispered family tales and faded photographs tucked away in old albums. The image of your mother shifts subtly, no longer just the woman who raised you, but a figure wrapped in shadows cast by your grandfather's secret life. You sift through letters, some unsigned but unmistakably hers, hinting at moments of joy and silent sorrow tangled together. It's like trying to read a diary written in code, each line revealing a sliver of truth while concealing a deeper mystery. Your mother's existence as the second wife wasn't just a private matter. It shaped family dynamics profoundly. You see how relationships bent and twisted to accommodate unspoken rules, your father's quiet resentment, your grandmother's uneasy tolerance, even your mother's resilience, masked by a quiet strength. These are not merely personal dramas, but echoes of societal norms, where polygamy or keeping mistresses was veiled yet tolerated in many cultures. Historians still argue whether such arrangements empowered women with security or trapped them in hierarchies that limited their freedom. Curiously, one quirky detail emerged. So local folk belief your family once followed about spirit mirrors, said to reflect the true nature of one's soul. It was a superstitious practice your grandfather upheld, placing these mirrors strategically in the house to ward off misfortune and reveal hidden truths. It's a charming yet eerie reminder of how old customs blend with personal stories, as if your family's secrets were caught between reality and folklore. Your mind drifts to the tension in your mother's voice during rare confessions, half pride, half regret. You wonder about the sacrifices she made, the dreams deferred, and the silent battles fought away from the public eye. It's a stark contrast to the modern ideals you grew up with, where honesty and transparency are praised, but often hard to uphold in tangled family histories. This tangled web extends beyond your family to broader cultural shifts. As society modernizes, the stigma around polygamy and mistresses evolves. Some communities re-examine these practices with new eyes, debating their place in history and ethics. Your mother's story becomes a microcosm of this debate, a personal narrative illuminating wider questions about love, loyalty, and societal expectations. You realize that uncovering this secret is not just about confronting uncomfortable truths, but also about understanding your roots more deeply. It's about reconciling the complexities of human relationships and accepting that history, both personal and collective, is rarely simple or neat. You find yourself tangled deeper in the web of family secrets, each thread pulling you into a past far more complicated than you ever imagined. Conversations with relatives grow more guarded, eyes flicker with unspoken truths, and you realize that the story you uncovered is just the surface of a decades-long saga. The woman you called mother is caught between roles, both a victim and a survivor of a patriarchal system that blurred the lines between love and possession. As you piece together the timeline, you discover how your grandfather maintained his dual family life with a delicate balance, one that depended heavily on silence and unspoken rules. He navigated two households in a society where such arrangements were common, yet never openly discussed. It's a practice historians still argue whether it empowered women by providing economic security or trapped them in social hierarchies that diminished their agency. One quirky detail emerges from old family photos. Your mother often photographed wearing a certain necklace, a symbol believed locally to protect against jealousy and evil eyes. It's a small charm that whispers of the superstitions and cultural codes woven through your family's story. These talismans were not mere decorations. They were shields, in a world where personal secrets had to be guarded fiercely. Story also exposes the emotional toll such hidden lives take. The quiet strength she showed masked years of sacrifice, postponed dreams, restrained ambitions, and the constant dance of maintaining peace in a fractured family. She carried burdens that few outside the family could understand, highlighting a universal truth. History is often written in the invisible sacrifices of women. Through this journey, you confront your own feelings about identity, loyalty, and forgiveness. The discovery forces you to question what family truly means. Is it defined by blood, by secrets kept, or by the courage to accept the imperfect realities of those we love? This internal debate mirrors ongoing scholarly discussions about the nature of family and social structures. Your curiosity leads you to explore how different cultures handled similar situations. In some, the role of a second wife, or VNB, had defined social status and rights, while in others it meant ostracism and shame. This complexity reveals the fluidity of morality and tradition. Challenging simplistic judgments, the shadows of your family history now stretch across generations, casting light on the resilience that shapes your own story. As you walk through these memories, the lines between past and present blur, revealing that understanding often comes wrapped in paradox. You're at the threshold where past and present collide, a place where truths long buried begin to surface with unexpected clarity. As you navigate the final layers of your family's tangled story, the emotional weight shifts not just shock or confusion, but a deep sense of empathy, understanding, and even a quiet reverence for the resilience woven into your lineage. It's a reminder that family stories are never just about who begat whom, but about survival, secrets, and the threads of humanity that connect us all. Your mother's life, once a mystery cloaked in silence, now emerges as a portrait of complex courage. You realize that her identity as the second wife was never a simple label but a lived experience, marked by sacrifice and silent strength. This revelation forces you to confront uncomfortable questions about societal expectations and the roles assigned to women within traditional family structures. Questions that historians continue to debate fiercely today. Was her story one of empowerment within constraints, or simply another example of how patriarchal systems confine female agency? A quirky detail from your research lightens the mood of family heirloom passed down through generations. A small jade pendant shaped like a mythical creature believed to ward off bad luck. This talisman, often overlooked, symbolizes the hope and protection that your ancestors sought amid turbulent lives. It's a tangible link between past and present, a charm that somehow held your mother and your family together through times of uncertainty. As you piece together the final chapters, you reflect on how your own identity is intertwined with this legacy. The discoveries compel you to redefine what family means, not just blood relations, but also the capacity for forgiveness, understanding, and growth. The story's unresolved questions echo the ongoing scholarly debates about kinship, legacy, and memory, reminding you that history is never static, but a living dialogue between generations. Closing this chapter of your family's saga, you find solace in the quiet strength that emerged from shadows. The journey has been challenging, even painful, but it leaves you with a deeper appreciation for the complexities of love and loyalty. And as you look ahead, you carry these lessons softly, like a whispered lullaby, ready to pass them on to those who will listen. Now, as we gently wind down from this intense journey, let your thoughts drift like soft clouds in a calm evening sky. The tangled web of family secrets has unfolded before you, revealing both shadows and light, pain and resilience, heartbreak and hope. Remember, every story carries layers, some heavy, some tender, and all worth holding gently in your heart. Imagine the quiet spaces where these secrets once hid, the dimly lit rooms, the whispered conversations, the unspoken glances. They fade now, softened by understanding and compassion. Feel the calm settle in your chest, a gentle release from the storm of discovery. This is not just the end of a story, but a moment of healing, a pause to breathe deeply and appreciate the strength in vulnerability. You may still carry questions, echoes of doubt or curiosity, and that's okay. Life rarely offers neat answers, and the mysteries of our past are threads we continue to unravel throughout our days. Let yourself rest in the comfort of not knowing everything, trusting that some truths will reveal themselves in time, and others may remain a delicate secret, cherished in quiet spaces. As your eyelids grow heavy and the world softens at the edges, know that this story, like all stories, is part of a larger tapestry of human experience. It connects us, teaches us, and reminds us of the complexities within every family, every person, every life. So, now, dim the lights a little more, sink deeper into your pillow, and let the soft hum of the night cradle you. Thank you for joining me tonight on this journey into the heart of a family secret. Sweet dreams, and until next time, rest well.